Hello everybody, welcome to Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Today's stream we're going to be taking a look at a roll of Mint Cellos, all from 1961 from the Denver Mint. So these are all mint sets from the Denver Mint that have been cut up. They came from eBay in a Ziploc bag like so. I believe this batch came from Minnesota. And so these came off of eBay. I just saw them up there and thought I'd buy them and see what 50 Mint Cellos from the Denver Mint look like once they've been cut out of the mint sets. I feel like most people collect the silver coins and they either melt them or they get them graded. And most people don't do anything with the memorial cents from the sets, but I do. So I decided to buy 20,000 of them, and we're gonna see what we can find in them, see if there's any treasures left on eBay. From some of the early wheat cent ones that we went through the rolls, we found some really nice toned coins, and we did find a couple really nice rainbow ring toned coins as well from some of the proof. But I haven't found anything super yet from any of the business strike. We've seen a couple of pretty nice coins, but nothing absolutely spectacular yet. So here we have the first one. And I'll let you get these out of the bag and I'll put them back into the bag as we go here. And so there should be 50 of them here. From my experience, sometimes that means it could be plus or minus one or two. You just never know. I'll probably go through and count them afterwards. And my improvement to the stream today is coffee. Sometimes coins and coffee are best separate, but for a nice early morning stream like this, I think it'll only bring improvement to the stream. So I believe the last roll we looked at was a roll of Business Strike 1961 P Philadelphia Memorial Cents. And so today we have its partner, the Denver Mint. And we got both Philadelphia and Denver from the same seller on eBay. And when we looked through the Philadelphia ones, there were little tiny spots on the coins, kind of like we're seeing here on the reverse. I'm pretty sure that big long mark across the coin is actually just on the Mint Cello. Probably even if we look at a different angle, this cello is actually kind of like, it's kind of curled. It's almost like there was maybe a stack of them at one point. But most of them, it looks like, are nice and flat like this. We'll take a look at another one. It'll be interesting to see how the Philadelphia and Denver have both fared in the Mint Cellos. I don't know how long they were with the previous owner, but we'll get to see. This looks like a pretty nice. I don't know if we look at the front of this, and I'm new to looking through these cellos, but to me this looks like a Mint State 65 from the front. We'll take a look at the reverse. As long as that little thing is on the cello there, which I'm pretty sure it is, I'd say that yeah, it is. I'd say this could go for a Mint State 65, Obviously we'd want to get a 66, but I'd be happy sending in some to get graded for a 65. That's our ultimate goal here. That's why we're going to try to collect 1,000 of every mint and date, and then once we have that, we're going to start going through them and breaking up the rolls. But until we get that, all the rolls are going to go back up for sale on eBay. And if anybody watching any of the videos wants them, they're welcome to take a crack at grading them before I do. But I have quite a few of these, and so for right now I'm just having fun making videos of them and kind of getting used to what to look for when looking through Mint Cellos to find coins to get graded. This one looks pretty nice too. I mean, it almost looks like there may be a little dink on the column, but that's the only real distraction I'm seeing. Perhaps, yeah, it looks like maybe those are scratches, except for they seem like they had a shadow there for a second. But I'm gonna assume maybe this is a 64. I'd love to get a professional, someone that does this for a living, to be able to say, not that coin, not that coin, show me the next coin. All right, let's keep on, yes, get that one graded. No, don't grade that one. It's like after, looking at 2,700 graded PCGS coins, making videos of them, I definitely felt like I was like starting to be able to tell the difference between a 64, 65, 66, and 67, and even like a 68. However, looking through the Mint Cello, it's like a whole another learning curve. But by the time I did a few hundred of these, I felt like all of the things, all the scratches and marks and kind of like reflections on the Mint Cello, they just disappeared to me. And it's like I wasn't looking, they just became invisible. And it was like, other imperfections that I was looking for. So it's kind of interesting. So after I look at 2,700 of these in the Mint Cellos, hopefully my eyes will be trained. Then once we go through a few thousand of every date and every mint in the Mint Cellos, I think we are gonna start opening some uncirculated rolls, see if we can find anything good in those. Gonna try to get a box of pretty much everything uncirculated, every date, every mint. Then we'll try to get bank bags of everything. Those things have gone up in price. I think people just like them as a collector's item. Just, a big canvas sack of old coins. It's just cool. I started collecting them at one point and I was just like, where am I going to put all these? And then I'm going to search them and pull out like 20 coins that I want to keep. Why don't I just buy 20 really, really nice coins for the same price? And so that's what I did. But now I've sold a bunch of those and I want to be able to grade myself. I don't want to be at the whim of whatever other people are grading or their rejects or whatever comes on the market. I want to have every date and every mint available with graded by PCGS, because I can pretty much move them all day long, and it's a business I'd like to expand on. And when I'm kind of dependent on other people, what they're putting up for sale, I can only buy and sell so much. Only so much stuff is left with a profit margin that I can afford to buy it and hope to resell it. Maybe in the future I'll be able to travel around the world and go to coin shows and pick stuff up. But just the expenses of doing such thing, it almost, I feel like it would be more the experience that I would be going and more to make connections rather than to get a bunch of coins. Like, I'd have to buy so many coins just to justify the expenses of the trip, which for me then makes it would have to be, I would have to be going for the fun of it. And I have other things here that I do for fun. And so, I don't know, my idea is, sending in, do like a bulk submission every 2 weeks of about 4 different coins, different dates and different mints, and within a few years have every single mint and date. And as business grows, start sending in 8 to 10, and then 20, and then 30, until everything is just full and filled out. So I would say, in general, that these 61Ds are in just a little bit better condition than their counterparts from the Philadelphia mint that we got. And I don't know if that's just luck or coincidence, or if the Denver mint they did a better job with their finish and it's less prone to spottiness. Most of my PCGS graded coins from 1960 and 1961 from the Philadelphia and Denver mint that have been graded by PCGS most of them have spots, and most of them have more spots than this. Um, so in some ways, I'm impressed with the quality of these. They seem like they are a little bit higher quality than most of the 64s and 65s that I have. However, I feel like for the 66s that I have, I feel like the 66s that I have don't have the little black spots. And so I don't know how when PCGS is grading it, if it's allowed, like say this one has a couple little tiny black specks on it. To me, like I feel like if there were no scratches and no dings, but there were like a couple, that could be excusable for a 66. However, I don't know if, the darker spots, if they just kind of assume that if they just automatically knock it down. So it'll take a little bit of experience submitting stuff. This one is pretty nice. It's got a couple black spots in the center there, like one or two towards the cent. But I don't know. To me, that one almost, it looks like it's just shy of the 66. And maybe I'm too harsh on them. I don't know. I'll find out. It's like this to me. It's like, really nice fields, but it's got spots. So it's like, I feel like for me, it's like, automatically gonna get landed a 64 or 65. Like I feel like with this many spots, it's gotta be an MS64. Like you could have like perfect everything else, but it's gotta be a 64. I don't know, love to hear other people's thoughts. And it'll definitely be interesting. It's like, am I able to find a roll of 1961s that have no spots on them, or is it just, pretty much on 99% of the rolls? It's like this one, nice fields, everything's clear. I mean, the one nice thing about this is there's not, unlike a lot of coins that have got in circulated rolls or uncirculated rolls, there's usually a lot more damage on the coins. There's a lot more scratches, gouges, just little hairlines here and there. I'm not really seeing any of that on these. I'm just seeing little black spots. It's like most of the bank bags I have, there's just all this like tiny, tiny, tiny little hairline, like just these like tiniest little scratches, like a feather scratched them. So if you guys have any proof sets that you guys are ripping apart, you can always contact me if you want to unload all of the pennies. Maybe if you're watching these videos, you want the pennies too. I'm definitely anything within reason on eBay and any the other sites that I'm seeing having them for bulk. I've been pretty much picking up every single one that I can that's within a reasonable, within a reasonable price. I'm not going to go nuts over it. I'm not trying to get a monopoly on them. There's millions of them made for these. So, but I'm just trying to, if I can pick up 1,000 of them off of someone and that gives them the money to buy 100 more mint sets and crack those open, the wheel can continue and they can sell me some more pennies and I can help them buy some more sets and get some more silver. Can work together. One of the things, I didn't want to put too much pressure on the market and drive the prices up because I wanted to be able to continue buying stuff, but I was actually, I backed off of buying stuff, hoping that people would relist more stuff, and I've seen almost only 1 or 2 dates have I seen things be restocked, and I'm used to buying out something like a category and then having someone post more of them a couple days later, buying them out again, seeing them posted again, and I'm just surprised that things haven't just been replenished on eBay. If you guys have a bunch of mint sets and you know, you've cut them up and you have a bunch of the cents laying around. Seems like the market could absorb them right now. If I don't buy them, someone else will. I mean, it's definitely interesting. I feel like for a date like this, it's definitely still cheaper to just buy a roll. But then at the same time, like looking through, you know, 50 of these, they're definitely in a lot better condition than a roll. And the rolls are really random. I'm also curious how often people find like RPMs or double dice in the mint sets, like if anything has actually been found in the mint sets, or if people have more luck in rolls. Almost looks like there is a scratch to the back of Lincoln's head there, and to the top. Yeah, see, I like that's what I'm used to seeing in like uncirculated rolls and from like bank bags. There's just tons of stuff like that, and really not seen it like that. Those ones just jumped out to me because yeah, this one here is like the roughest mint set coin I've seen so far. You win the prize, and yeah, it has almost no little black spots on it. It's kind of hilarious. If not one thing, it's another. Quiet morning with coffee and coins. It's like I'm partially not even sure why I'm making a stream of all these rolls, because it'd definitely be easier just to do it as a video, and I'm not necessarily expecting anyone to watch. You know, it's like I'm doing this at like 10:50 in the morning. I guess it's afternoon on the East Coast. But I guess like I definitely watch other people when they do these kind of things. I really enjoy watching other people look through their coins, and I should definitely figure out, you know, I mean, I guess what I'm looking for is I'm looking just for some like, you know, beautiful high grade coins to just like pop out. I'm looking for, you know, some really nice toned coins. Like we have found some nice toned coins, like the Roland 1958 proofs that we went through. Like the very last coin in the roll, like they were all just in the Mint Cellos like this, and the very last one, it just had that like Mint Cello traditional toning around the edge, kind of like an orangey red. And that's what I saw, like, but then I flipped it over and it was like bright blue and pink on the back. Like the entire thing was just toned, gorgeous. And it was like a total surprise, like the last coin. And like I had seen the tone, like the tone on the front through the bag, and I thought I missed it. But I didn't see the back, and so when I saw the back, it was just like awesome. And we've gotten some really nice rainbow ringed ones that were just like rings inside rings. This one has a pretty nice reverse. Is that a gouge underneath, or is that just the Mint Cello? Oh, it was the cello. Let's take a look at the front here again. And is that the cello on his head and to the right? Yes, it is. I don't know. I'd say this one could maybe be a 66. Like we don't have the large. Maybe the strike is a little bit soft. Kind of hard to tell in the cello. It just with all the lights. I don't know. I think that this one might be our first 66 here in the roll. It would definitely be fun to find like a 67 for something old like this. I'm not thinking that's going to happen. So here we are back to our spots. Probably if I was a little bit closer up, we could see RPMs, but for you know, trying to like find like a nicer graded coin, I find that if I go too close, it makes every single coin I look at look awful. Like even this, you know, even like this close, like I bet like a bunch of these coins, like they just look way nicer in person, and like you really shouldn't have to use a lot of magnification to look for a coin when grading. Some spots. It looks like a nice coin though. I guess in my head here I'd say it's like there's like a lot of little imperfections there, or like a lot of little tiny spots, but I almost feel like this one would be a 65, at least here on the front. We can check out the reverse. It's just and what I'm hoping is that I want to be like, you know, overcritical when I'm first starting to try to submit stuff for bulk grading. You know, like I want to send in a bunch of stuff expecting a 64 and, you know, get surprised with some 65s. I want to like send things in expecting things to be 65s and get, you know, be surprised and happy if I get a couple 66s. I don't want to send in everything thinking, oh, I'm going to get a bunch of 66s and then get a bunch of 64s and 65s. And I mean, it's like I definitely want to submit the coins in the Mint Cellos just so that they know, you know, just so that there's no, oh, that's original color, or, you know, it's a genuine coin, it's been cleaned. Like, no, it hasn't been cleaned, it's still in its Mint Cello, which I'm sure it still happens, but I feel like I would be able to grade them better if they weren't in the Mint Cellos. But then at the same time, I feel like it lends a little bit of authenticity to the coins when you're sending them in, because I mean, I guess it's probably possible. I bet there's people out there that open these things up and like swap coins and like patch them up. I hope it's not a big thing for pennies. I could see people doing it more for like $50 and stuff. It's like there's maybe like a small gouge on Lincoln's head there, but that's like the only real distraction I'm seeing on the coin. I'm not sure if any of the little dots would show up under a loop. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's move it around. Only distraction I'm really seeing on the reverse here is the cello. I'd say these Denvers are definitely better than the Philadelphias we looked at yesterday. It's like other than like the black dots, I'm not seeing any toning on any of these. Although my lighting here does seem to make toning just disappear. Like it's like if I notice something with the naked eye, like I have to work to like get the light. I need to take toned coin photography lessons or something, or just get a new camera. I mean, like my dyno light here, I think it's over 10 years old. It definitely could not hurt to get something with more modern technology, better resolution. I feel like my true light, my OT light, it's getting kind of old, and I almost feel like the bulb is not really showing true light anymore. I feel like the bulbs maybe get tired. Before I had this one, I had an OT light that was like old sewing machine one that was like an antique, and that one I swear gave like perfect color, and it like had one of those old bulbs that are like considered like toxic waste these days. But that one, it was awesome, and it was like so old, and it worked perfect. And when I couldn't use that one anymore, I tried to buy one to replace it, but the ones from 20 years ago, they don't make them like that anymore. Maybe I should try to find a used one. I also didn't know if I bought like a second one and put it on the other side of the coin, if that would help as well. Um, I don't use a light box, and sometimes like I think on the bottom right side of the screen here, there's almost like a blue reflection. I feel like that's the blue sky coming through the window during different times of the day. And I'm also not normally this yellow. Maybe I'm a little yellow sometimes, but I've noticed in my streams lately, I appear slightly yellow. I'm not jaundiced. Nothing against being jaundiced, but I don't believe I am. Yeah, you can definitely see like a blue reflection, and I don't think that that's the true light. I do have a couple other lights in the house, but they even out the green screen behind me. Some of it I think it's actually like the reflection of, like, I have the I'm in the OBS studios because it doesn't have a delay when I make these videos, and I think it's actually the reflection of the copper on my face, and I think that is what is giving me the kind of yellow look. Not positive, but that's my best explanation for it. Definitely got another. It's like how does this happen? It's like this package was actually, the mint set, the cellos, they came in a Ziploc bag, but the person who sent these ones from Minnesota, they actually took the time to stack them evenly on top of each other, and like they put saran wrap around it so they wouldn't shuffle. They actually took the most care out of anyone who sent these to me yet. You can see the impression of like what ends with Y, Liberty up. There's the impression of Liberty right on Lincoln's head there, but I'm pretty sure it's just on the cello. That's kind of, I think I saw one of these the other day, but this person actually took their time to like package it up carefully. A lot of the ones that I get, they're just in a Ziploc bag, and then they're thrown in a padded envelope. Some of them aren't even in padded envelopes. One of the biggest orders that I did, it just came in like a flat rate envelope, and they were just all loose in there, and like the flat rate envelope was like breaking on the edges, and it just, I don't know if it had already been used, but I was really surprised that made it. It was like probably about 8 to 10 pounds inside an envelope, which I'm all for. I'm definitely guilty of like the flat rate boxes, sending like 10,000 pennies, like with like 70 pounds of coins inside those boxes. Like I'd put the canvas bags inside like a Tyvek bag, and then I would like put duct tape like all the way around the inside and duct tape on the outside and write heavy on every part of the box. And the post office hated me. It hated me so bad. I felt bad. And it's like I really was not only making a couple bucks off of selling all that copper. So the post office likes me very much more now that I don't like have 70-pound boxes going in and out of there all day long. And my back likes me better too. Someday I'll start up the old Rydale again. I was at the bank today and I almost asked for some penny boxes. Almost asked, but I love roll searching and I love looking through boxes. It's relaxing, but like so is looking at nicer coins. And I don't know, like I definitely found when I look at like 5,000, circulated pennies in boxes, yeah, there's a chance I might find a couple $5, $10 coins. Yes, there's always the chance that you'll find like, a super rare variety. Um, but I guess what I've found is like, I'd rather be looking at like coins that are already $5 to $10 and then look at, try to find like, ones that are worth 100, like it's like I guess like the value of these for example is debatable, but since I'm going through like 50 batches at a time, like a Mint Cello like this, it's probably worth like maybe like 20 cents to a dollar depending on who's selling it. If you're buying them in bulk, you can probably get them for under a quarter. Um, but and then if they're combined in the mint sets, you're going to be paying a lot more money for them. And I guess earlier ones like this, it's like the sets are worth more because they have silver, and then there are some years that don't have as many made, and some years the quality is just horrible, so getting a nice one is harder. But yeah, I guess I've found that like after going through millions and millions and millions of pennies, and then I have like a stack of pennies and I'm like, okay, these are all worth like under $10. And then it's like, okay, how do I sell them? And you take photos of them, put them up on eBay, you're spending money, you're spending time, and then like only a few of them sell, and then you get your eBay fees and you're like, wow, it cost me more money to list these than I sold, and I spent like 40 hours making pictures, and then it's like I take PCGS graded coins and I list them and they cost more money, but they sell. Like, and so that's just kind of been the determining factor for me. And I do see other people, like, say, if you're watching, like, Chuck on coppercoins.com, or Coppercoins, his channel, his website is coppercoins.com. But if you watch his channel, he's got a pretty good setup where, like, he could go through the rolls himself and, pick out the RPMs. But then he's, got so many, pretty nice looking coins to sell. But the way that he does it, he's able to like, make it fun for everyone, make it a little bit like buying a lottery ticket. And at the end of the day, he sold the whole roll. He didn't just, find and cherry pick the couple good coins. He sold the whole roll. And, it takes a lot of you see him like setting up the cards and putting them in the little holders, and, he's got to like print out stuff for every one of those, and he's got to like pack them all up in envelopes. He's got to go to the post office. It's work to do, but by selling a roll, it's like, if he's selling them for $2 a piece, he's getting like $100. That's pretty good for the rolls. But then there's fees. Like PayPal's going to take 30 cents off of everything plus like 3.5%. There's going to be the postage, and granted, I've only bought larger orders from him, so I don't know how much the postage is just for, if you buy a couple coins, I'm guessing you probably pay the postage. But I mean, it's a pretty fair deal for everyone. Like he's very smart about it. I think he did a good business plan for it. He's got a great mind. But for some of us, it's not quite as easy. He's got a good reputation. He's got a lot of connections. He knows everyone in the industry. He's probably, got a buy and sell list for so many different people. And he's just a really nice guy. I definitely enjoy watching his channel. Like sometimes I stop working just to go and watch. And he's always got something beautiful. I don't know, I just enjoy looking at beautiful coins, so I get caught up in it. And it's like I go to show support too, because I really like what he's doing and I want him to be successful. And I start watching, and then I'm like, wait, I'm like watching for an hour. I'm like, I forgot to hit the like button again every time. Um, Most people, when I go to watch their channel, it's like I don't hit the like button right away. I wait until I'm entertained or something. Just I don't know. It just seems like the thing to do. But it's like with him, I know I'm going to be entertained. So it's like I just need to learn how to remember to just hit it when I come there. Because every time I go there, I learn something new, and that's one of the things I like about his channel is that like he's got a lot of knowledge. Like he's been doing this a long time. Here I am talking about Chuck, and I've just been looking at my coins, just zoned out, spaced out. Good times. Yeah, I would definitely say the quality of the Denver Mint ones that I've been looking at, and I know that this is like a small pool. If they made millions of these, you know, I'll have to bust out my collection of graded ones and see if it's the same. It's like I kind of wonder, it's like you can see the little black spots. Maybe, no, they're inside. And it's like, I'm just wondering, like, what, is it like small little parts that flake off the coin? Is it like small amounts of dust? Is it a little bit of moisture inside the bag? It's like, how do these things, it's like, I feel like I want to call them carbon spots. But I have to imagine that there's more than one kind of spot than carbon. So this one looks really nice. They go pretty clean front. What will the reverse look like? See, like one little distracting mark, it could even be on the cello to the left of the memorial. What's that on the cent? It would make sense that there is one. There's always something. No, that was on the cello. Nice. What's up with my lighting? It's my hand. Yeah, I would send this one in for grading. I don't know, that one looks like it could maybe get a 66. If you guys are watching and you're entertained, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, join the family here. I've only been streaming coins for about 5 months here, but 5 months ago I said, if you guys watch, if you guys subscribe, I'll make you guys thousands of videos. And last weekend, or I guess it's 2 weekends ago now, we hit 2,700 coin videos. So I promised thousands. I delivered. It took 5 months, but I've shown some commitment to this. I probably have about 500 rolls of these cello coins, so there's going to be a lot more. And I'm still buying more, and I'm going to focus on getting some nice original uncirculated rolls. And so there's going to be some of those coming up. And then once I start getting to the place where we're getting things graded, I'll show you guys the coins I've selected to get graded, and we'll submit those, and then I'll make another video when I get the coins back from grading, and we'll see how I'm doing. It'll be an evolution. And of course, I will have hundreds and thousands more PCGS graded coins to show you guys. We'll make videos, and you guys can keep up to date on the coins I'm posting up on eBay. And if I'm sending, bulk submissions into PCGS to get graded, there is of course going to be a lot more graded coin videos coming. That's for sure. This one looked really good in the hand. Looks like there's a little speck next to Lincoln's forehead, a little scratch above the 61. Let's see what happens when we move it. Earthquake! Did that go down? Oh no, I'd almost say a 65 on this. Could maybe be a little line. Those look more like they're probably on the cello. The one up on top moved. The one on... was that one right above the memorial before? Yes, it's staying there. Alright, we got a little mark above. I almost still feel like that would get a 65. We'll call it a 64. We'll be surprised. Alright, looking through the cello. I want to say that that little thing is on the coin. Little black spot. I want to say that all those lines and stuff are the cello. Not seeing nearly as many spots. This is nice. I want to say that those lines... I don't know, I almost want to call this one a 65. I don't know. I would say a 65 could... Oh wait, didn't that little spot just move on the chin? Wasn't that... It's got like a little, like, was it goatee or a Fu Manchu? Fu Manchu Abe. Oh, gotta wash my fingers. I was checking a plant to see how moist the soil was, seeing why it wasn't blooming yet. Always wash under your nails, people. You never know when you're going to be making a video on YouTube where you're under a microscope and your fingers look disgusting. I know all the little spots on it make me want to say it's a 64. I want to say that circular pattern is just on the cello. Look at that glare. Alright, it looks like we've got maybe 10-15 left. We've been cruising through. Hope you guys are having a good morning or a good early afternoon wherever you are. It's been nice to have everything back to normal. The holidays definitely cramped my ability to make tons of videos. There was just so many commitments on so many different levels, so many different places that I know I missed a couple days here for you guys, but I tried to be here every day. But over the next, up until summer here, I should be on here double. I'm gonna get to the post office today. There should be like 100 packages there. I'll be having a ton of PCGS graded videos this week, and I'll try to do at least one of these rolls of Mint Cellos every day, just because if I don't do at least one every day, they're just going to pile up on me. And I want to get through all of them and get them all documented, and then, when I'm relaxing and I can look through these videos, I don't have to bust out all the coins, and I can just look through the videos and be like, okay, that roll has this coin, this coin, this coin, pull those out. And up until I do that, which will probably be about 3 months, because it's going to take a while to make videos of all these, all the rolls will just be available for sale on eBay the way that they're shown in the videos. I won't take anything out, even though I want to take out that beautifully toned wheat cent from 1958. That thing was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It would probably, I mean, it was like the 1933 I have up above my head here. That one's toned on the front and back, but it's also, you know, graded like genuine, questionable color. While this one, it's only the back, but the back is brighter than this one, than the 1933 there. And it's still in the Mint Cello, so I'm pretty sure that it's not going to get questionable color. But you never know. And so I have like tons and tons and tons like of rolls, mints, and dates of these Mint Cellos. So if there's any dates that you guys would like to see, I can definitely prioritize. I was just kind of starting in the 60s. I figured I would do like one of every date in Mint. Then I'd do some 70s and 80s. I pretty much stopped buying in like about the mid 90s, just because I feel like I can still get like they're going to be available. I wanted to try to pick up as many of the older ones as I could first, just kind of prioritize because I figure the newer ones will be around for a while. And there seems like there's quite a few people that like, you know, get these graded that I'm able to pick them up for cheaper than it would cost me to get them graded. At least until like I get a good reputation with PCGS and they start cutting me some deals like they cut other people. But anyone that I've even talked to on the phone, they won't even give me quotes. Like, you know, give me a quote if I, you know, want to get 1,000, you know, memorials graded. You know, tell me how much that's going to cost so I can create a business plan. Sorry, we can't give out that information. All right, can you tell me? Like, I'm serious. Like, if I send in 5,000 a month, tell me. And they're just like, sorry, no, that's I'm just like, what kind of business is this? Tell me how much the money it is so that I can like, you know, go to the bank and say like, you know, I have a business plan. You know, it's really hard to formulate a business plan if you don't have, you know, numbers to work around. And maybe things have changed over there. I haven't tried in a couple of years. I just kind of got frustrated. And also just didn't have, you know, I didn't want to like borrow the money without knowing. But I have access to funds, and I have access to funds with 0% interest. So, you know, if I have a business plan, I will use that, and I will try to make this one it's just smooth. A little bit of stuff going on the rim below Liberty, but that might, pretty much zero distractions. We'll call it 1% distractions. Let's check out the reverse. I feel like there might be something hiding in the shadows or underneath the cello here. If not, I'd say this could be a 66. Try to... I don't know, like in the mid-top memorial, it almost seems like it's just a little bit darker. I don't feel like it's a red-brown. But I feel like I do see, I mean, it might even just be the cello. But it almost looks like it's starting to tone there. Just like maybe like a fifth of the top bar there. I've got coffee here. I'll use it. So tomorrow I might even be able to do 2 of these videos. I had to like run around all morning as fast as I could, like I was the gingerbread man, just trying to get things done, trying to get bills paid, tried to get everything where it's going. I still gotta do at least one more, maybe two more runs to the post office today. eBay's just been insane since I started making these videos. It's like some days, like when I wanted to make videos, I was like, I gotta get these orders done first. I gotta get everything out in the mail. And so I would just spend the entire morning that I was gonna make videos just putting stuff out. And I was like, but I guess it'll all even out. Like, I mean, if stuff goes too good and I sell everything, then I have nothing to sell. And that gives me time to make more videos. So it should all work out in the end. But it's been really nice to see. And I'll say thank you to all the people out there who have supported this channel. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for the kind comments. Just thank you guys for reciprocating some of the energy that it takes to make these videos, because I couldn't have made 2,700 videos without your guys' support. I would just feel like I probably would just be doing this by myself, talking to myself anyway. But it definitely, it's been really cool because I've worked on a lot of big projects in my life and like tried making money a ton of different ways. Like, you know, since the internet came out, there's been like a billion ways to make money. And it's like, I could always make a little bit of money, but I could never figure out how to, you know, actually do something that was worth my time. Like, I would like write everything down on paper, figure out how much I was making, how much I was selling, like how much was net, how much was gross. And I'd realize, oh wow, I've been working for $1.30 an hour. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm doing 80-hour weeks and, you know, I'm just barely paying the bills. But like since I started making these videos, like, you know, I was doing okay on eBay. But like I was just scratching by at best. And since I started making these videos, like sales have like probably gone up like 3, 4, 500%. And I know that having videos, like I embed these videos into my eBay listings. And so like, I know that just having the videos there, it allows the people buying coins sight unseen to see their coins from different angles, you know, see how things reflect, see the defects. I've had almost 0 returns, but it's really, really helped my business. So if you guys sell on eBay, just taking an extra couple minutes to make a video of your coin, it's like, I highly, highly recommend it. Like, one of the things I'm trying to show on this, you know, by making these videos is that like just taking a few photos of your coin, it doesn't cut it in today's world. Like, you know, we have technology, use it. Like I think a Dino light cam like I have that I'm using, like you can get one for like, you know, a lower brand that would be just like this for like $20. You know, like this one I think costed me $120 when I bought it, but that was like 10 years ago. You could probably buy the same one used for under $20 now. Or you could spend $100 and get one that's probably 10 times better than this one. But yeah, like, and so it's like business has gone way up since I started putting the videos in, and it's really not hard to do. It's really, really not hard. Like, I mean, like I put like my video in here and add a couple photos and stuff. But honestly, some of my older videos that just had just a coin wiggling around like this, no me, no talking, no extra anything, those still get more views than all these newer ones that I made. And that's like part of the reason I started doing it is I used to stream and make videos playing games and stuff because I watched Mr. Beast giving out like $10,000, $50,000 to people just doing things they love on camera. So I started, you know, making things, and but I noticed that my coin videos that I did before eBay banned them like 3 years ago, like they banned embedding videos into your listings because they said it was like a security threat. I don't see it, but anyway, they just started to allow it again. But I noticed those were getting 10,000 views, and I was like getting like 100 views on my games, and so I was like, people just want to see videos of coins. Okay, I'll make videos of coins. And I kind of worked myself. Yeah, you can play video games and have it feel like work when you're scheduled for 8 hours a day and you're making playing games for 2,000 hours. And if you don't show up to work, everybody disappears. But I kind of burnt out on playing games. It is possible. So here I am doing my other hobby, which happened to be my job. And I was like, why not, spend the same energy that I'm doing at this, not making any money, and incorporate it into, take what you learned and incorporate it into your business. And now this is what I do for a living. I've got a couple other little side ventures that I do, but this is basically the bread and butter. This is no longer the side job. This is not a side hustle. This is my main job. And, I don't have $1,000,000 like other people do. I might have 1,000,000 pennies. But I love doing this. I love pennies. I tried messing around with other coins and just does not give me the same feeling. I could do this looking at pennies. I could do it sorting through them, getting my hands dirty. And I love it. I used to feel weird for it. Nobody wanted to talk about anything I was interested in, and that's really one of the reasons I like YouTube, is the community of people on here are awesome and they're knowledgeable, and I can talk to them all day long and never get bored. This is another one. I think the first one we looked at was kind of curved. It was like kind of like you could like have like a small bowl of soup in it. It was like it was stacked. The first one we went through, and the last one, both like that. So I'd say I was pretty impressed. Like, I would definitely say this was a better roll than the 1961 Philadelphia that we looked through. I feel like we saw a couple coins that might get an MS-66, and as far as sending coins in like this to get graded, like, I mean, ideally you want MS-67s, like that's really where the money is. However, if you're trying to do a bulk submission of coins, how many MS-67s are you realistically going to be able to collect and find to do a bulk submission? If it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. So it's like, if I'm sending in a bulk submission of these, I feel like I want to try to have about 50% of the coins being submitted, hopefully being able to get a 66, like maybe 10% of the coins be a 67, just, a couple, maybe I get lucky with a couple of the 66s, and then like basically expect the rest to be 65 and a few 64s that I would be gambling, hoping they were 65. But I mean, even a 65, I feel like I'd be barely getting, I'm not sure, depending if I was able to get a good deal with PCGS, but if you're paying $12 plus fees, plus the price of the coin, and then like plus shipping when you try to sell the coin, and plus eBay fees, like I found it pretty much costs like $20 in fees to have a coin graded and sold and shipped. And then it's like, how much money does that leave you? How much? It's like it's like, the 66s and 67s, that's where you're going to get the money from. But then it's like, how many of those do you need to offset all the 64s and 65s you get? Do you just, do blowout sales, lose some money on the 64s and 65s? I'm happy sitting on them. But it looks like this is the last coin we have. This is the end of the video. Take a moment, thank everybody once again for watching. If you guys are watching and haven't hit the thumbs up button, or you enjoyed and want to subscribe and see more videos, this is the time to do it. I'm going to disappear in a minute. I expect to be back tomorrow, and we will do another video tomorrow of another roll of Mint Cellos. It'll either be a proof one or business strike. Haven't decided. If you guys have any preference, you guys are welcome to leave dates and mints that you guys are interested in seeing. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to try to find the next one in the order that I have 1,000 plus of to grab a roll from. Yeah, I appreciate you guys all watching, and I'll be back. I should be able to do at least one roll every week, and I'll have a bunch of the normal shorter PCGS graded coin videos that I normally do. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'll see you guys in the future.